So welcome to this easy Windows box. It's going to be only a web server which has a vulnerable version, and we can actually try to sort of exploit it using Metasploit console. You can also do it manually, but I kind of want to lean towards Metasploit, as I feel like a lot of these Windows boxes use Metasploit, and I guess it makes it easier to do some privilege escalation once you're onto the machine, as you can do the local exploit suggester, which I kind of start liking right now. So if you go through the website, we can see we have some login stuff. I couldn't really do anything here, and I didn't really run a scan. I do know, like, if you go to search, there are some sort of options we can use here. But for now, we just want to look into file server 2.3, because if we look into like an exploit, we can actually see, if I does like literally the thing I searched, we can see Rigetto file server remote command execution, which sounds pretty good. Great. So if we just click onto it, we can see they use a Metasploit console thing. So that's the exact thing we're going to do. So let's just go over to MZF console. And while this is starting, we can actually just sort of wait, because there's not going to be much else to do right now. You could start a scan, but I'm just going to go for the straightforward way and try this exploit. So we're going to search for Rigetto. And we find two exploits. This is HTB file server remote command execution, which is the exact one they use in the example. So I'm just going to use the first one, or the number 1, right? So we can actually see some options here. Always, all L host needs to be changed in R host, and most of the time those are like, that's pretty correct when you set those. So set R host to 10.10.10.8. And then we also set the L host to 10.0. So if 10.0 is going to be my 10.10.14.53, which is also going to be in the top right. If we use a run here, we can actually see it does work, and it gets a interpreter session, which is pretty great, because it just immediately sort of gave us this sort of like shell, which is like amazing. And we have some interpreter sessions. Does it work? It does work. So for now, we can background this. And we can see it's still in sessions. So we have 3 sessions, and there's going to be some error because I ran it like twice already, which sort of messed things up. This one is going to be a local exploit suggester, which I did run. So if we just do search suggester, then we can use 0, and then you have to set the session. So set session, and I believe the one is going to be the newest one. So that's what I'm going to do, and then run it. This is going to show us some exploits that we might be able to use, and it's just going to try to run it. What else you could do if you don't have local exploit suggester is run WinPs, and you have a PowerShell script, an exe, and a bat. The bat, for some reason, is smaller and doesn't include everything. So you're done like pretty quickly with a bat. The PowerShell one is a bit bigger. Like, I'm not sure why it is so much longer, but yeah, anyway, we see some local exploits which we can actually try to use. I just went by the list, so I tried this one, and then this was the one that did work. So this is the one we're going to try to use now. This one didn't work because there was some problem with first the payload. So the thing you used to get it onto the machine wasn't x64, it was x86. If you change it, it still doesn't work. As I even forgot the problem, but it had a problem. So we're just going to use this one. Oh, we already had it there. Then we're going to show the options, and then we see we can actually set the session. So set session of 1, and then also set the L host of 10.0. And then if we run this, we should already escalate the privileges to NT authority system, which is basically going to be the root of Linux. So we can see we actually sending this payload, and who are we? We are actually the NT authority system, which is pretty great, because we can actually type the user.txt. And also if we go to //administrator desktop and type the root.txt, it actually does work. So this is pretty great. Now I do want to try one thing, is running this PowerShell script. You can also run the exe. Actually, let's just use the exe. What I did is I have already downloaded it, so we can see we have WinPs any obfuscated exe. How obfuscated work, I'm not sure, but that's the one we're going to use. So we're going to exit out of this, and we're still in the interpreter. And if we see our options here, if we see our options, there's actually going to be one option which is upload, which I don't see at the moment. Download, upload here, upload a file or directory. So what we can do is if we say upload this, it's going to say failed. That's because we're actually in, it's already on the machine. But if we go to cd/tmp, for example, cd/, does it work? And then try to upload it again, it should say, well, okay, congratulations, it has been uploaded. Yeah, come on. And I just want to go into a shell and actually run it. So if you run it, we can see it just standard WinPs, does some cool tricks, hack tricks, whatever. What you should look out for here is how you might be able to escalate privileges. And one thing is always great because we did get access to the machine, but we don't have the password. And one easy way to get the password is auto login. And again, I couldn't find it here, like where it tries to get it from. Like I couldn't really find where it is coming from. Or like even password, like there's going to be password. It's trying a lot of stuff. So just try to find a password and sometimes it finds it. So what we see here is if we go through, let's see where it is. These are some weird things. We have some credentials, which isn't really our go through. I hope I can find it pretty quickly, like the password. Jesus, what is this? Oh, I think we are already root, which does bring a lot of problems, as everything is going to be vulnerable. Okay, that's problematic. Okay, so everything is vulnerable, but what you should find is the password for the costless user. If we weren't root, you wouldn't see. It's so slow. You wouldn't see all these things that are possible to exploit because, well, you can root and you can do anything. So this is, I guess, a bit wrong to see here. But yeah, that's basically the box, and that's how we did it.